Alright, hey guys! I am going to show you a little tutorial today. We're going to paint this pre-made sketch here, this cute little ghost that is shopping. I'm so excited for this. This is going to be so fun. So I'm going to go ahead and line this up on my carbon paper. This is a favorite method of tracing that I love to use. It's super easy, it's very affordable. You don't need any fancy gadgets if you're old school, but also if you are new school, I don't know, with the times, trendy, you can absolutely make this using a projector. I love to do that for my larger paintings, or if you wanted to make this into a larger painting, you can absolutely use a projector. But these pre-made sketches are so awesome for so many reasons, because it takes out that like thinking, part of painting, and it gives you this perfect outline that you don't have to fuss over or anything like that. So I'm just going over with a pen and I am tracing all my lines on this paper. Getting the cart in here. And yeah, I'm just literally tracing over every little line. And this is the best part, that we don't have to be trying to measure things or worry about getting our proportions right. That's what I love about the pre-made sketches, and they're so cute. I put all of these together for you guys because I love them. I loved them so much, and that's the fun part about being an artist and being creative, is you get to make what you want and what you love. And with these, you also can paint it however you want. Okay, so there's my sketch. How fun is that? She's all on here. Oops, over here, wherever. Okay, now I'm going to do something what I like to call an underpainting. So I'm going to really quickly just take some watered down paint and do a wash of color on my little ghosty painting. So I'm going to take some orange, and you don't want to get too much water because we're going to paint some layers on top of this, and you don't want it to be super wet and not dry. So I'm taking mine, getting some water, dabbing it on my paper towel, and just quickly going over my little ghosty girl. Just like that, really quickly. And now I used orange, but you can honestly use whatever color you want. That's the beauty about these really fun custom paintings, or these paintings, is that you get to make them whatever you want. So I'm going to do my gourds and my pumpkins next, and I'm going to take some like mustard orange and some white, and I'm kind of going to mix it in with my orange I've already got. So I'm going to just mix up like a color for my gourd first. Got some white. I'm just going to get my gourd all covered up, and maybe this guy back here. Like that. Perfect. I'm going to do the middle of my wheels. This is kind of like a golden color. I feel like that would be cute for the middle of the wheels. Okay, so now I'm going to do my pumpkins, and I want them to be more orange, but like a brighter orange. So I'm going to mix it with a bunch of white. Am I going the right way? No. I'm getting used to this camera. Mixing it with a bunch of white. I'm going to do my little pumpkins in here. You can still see your sketch through, that is fine. I'm going to take this with some, this is alizarin crimson, and I'm going to do, it's kind of like a dark wine color. I'm going to do some little mini lines on my pumpkin using a really small brush. I'm going to do the lines on my pumpkins really quickly. Lining them out. Okay, with my small brush, I'm also going to take a little bit of brown and do the stems. Stem. You can always add leaves. You can always add little other details, some dots on your gourd, shadows on your pumpkins. This is where I love that you can take as much or as little time on this as you want. I'm going to take some bright orange and just add, or bright yellow, and just add a brighter version of our orange in here on top of my pumpkins. Just like that. Cute. Okay, so next I'm going to do my cart. I'm giving my ghost a little bit extra time to dry. So my cart, I'm going to do like a gray. So I'm going to mix white. This is called Payne's Gray. I like to use this instead of black. So I'm going to take some of that with some white. Mix up a little gray color. Trace out my little cart here. Just quickly going over the lines using a small brush. I'm going to go ahead and do the thicker lines. You know, I can see those pretty easily. And then my wheels. And then I might use that smaller brush we were using before and do my thinner lines. Gotta make sure it's nice and dried off. Oh, that's cute. Just doing my grid of my cart. Giving a really light touch for that. Okay, next, I'm going to rinse that off. I'm going to save this brush so I can use it in a little bit. But next, I'm going to go ahead and do my bow on my little ghosty girl. It's going to be pink. This is a fluorescent pink. It's my favorite fluorescent pink to use. It's by Liquitex, and it is the best. The best fluorescent pink out there, for real. I love it so much. Gotta find a good sized brush. Oh man. Not too big, not too small. I'm gonna get my bow. Just like that. Cute bow. Alright. So, then I'm going to take this small brush. I'm going to get my Payne's Gray color again, straight Payne's Gray. I'm going to mark out my eyes and my mouth. And maybe this little swoop of her arm and her hands. Kind of going around her little outline. Like that. Okay, I'm going to take this color and go dot it in the middle of my, there, of my wheels. Next, I'm going to do the background color, which is actually going to be, I think, black, which I never use black, you guys, but this is an exception for Halloween. Things get weird at Halloween. So I'm going to do my background black. Whoa. And I am going to put a little bit of white just for down by the bottom. So I'm going to take a larger brush again. Get my black on here. Oh my gosh, I never use black. Going in, kind of tracing it out. You want to go right up to your painted parts. Just like that. I love that it's showing some of the background color, or the underpainting through my cart and stuff. I need a smaller brush for this part. I'm going to do some of these little cart spots. And then in between my cart wires, cart leg things. This is where I feel really like it's just fun to feel like it's paint by numbers. You're just coloring in the space with paint, which is way more fun than markers or crayons or anything else, honestly. Way more fun. I'm going to grab a little bit of white with that just to add